Hey everybody, it's the Investments Lawyer, and today we're going to talk about fund structuring. And remember, nothing we talk about is ever legal advice, so for that, find an attorney. Now, let's dive in. So here is a chart outlining a typical fund structure, something that we use very often. And you might end up with something more complicated than this, but this is kind of the, as you say here, the basic route. So first, let's talk about the parties. Who's involved? There are two main parties here. We have the limited partners, which are passive investors. So, everyday people or pension funds or fund of funds or family offices who want to invest in stuff. Then we have what we generally call the general partner. And these are the active people who are actually managing what's going on. And in between, we have the fund. So we have the passive limited partners, we have the active general partner, and we have the fund. So let's talk about how the general partner, which is also sometimes called the sponsor or the manager, let's talk about how the general partner gets paid. There's two main ways. One is a recurring management fee. This might be a percentage based on capital commitments or invested capital or net asset value. An example might be 2% of committed capital, and that's often paid quarterly in advance. So that's the management fee. That's one way the sponsor gets paid. The other way is carried interest. And carried interest is a portion of the profits. So if the fund is actually profitable, makes money, then the general partner will get a cut, usually 20, 30, sometimes more % of the profits. So we have the management fee and we have the carried interest. So now that we know that the two main parties are the limited partners and the general partner, and we know that the general partner gets paid both through management fees and through carried interest, we can take a look at the entities. So the fund is usually a Delaware limited partnership. That's not always the case. You might have special tax or regulatory reasons why you might form somewhere else, like the Cayman Islands or British Virgin Islands or some other islands. But most of the time, this is a Delaware limited partnership. If you go up here to the general partner, so every limited partnership needs a limited partner and a general partner. So we form something called the general partner, which is usually an LLC. It may also be a limited partnership. We can talk about why you would do that in a future video. But for now, let's just say it's a Delaware limited partnership. It's owned by the fund principals, and this is the entity that gets that carried interest. Usually, you would form a new general partner for each fund that you create. And if you want, you can give junior team members, a little bit of carry here, a little bit of carry. So next fund, you might form a new general partner. You might give new juniors or associates carried interest. So, kind of one general partner per fund. On the other side, we have the management company. Now, you only form one management company like ever, and it is owned by the fund principals also. You normally wouldn't give junior team members a stake in the management company. When you think of the management company, this is really the core business. So, this is Blackstone, this is KKR, and then they just happen to have a bunch of funds and general partners that they spin up from time to time. So, management company gets the management fee. So that is the money that it gets, and it usually enters into a management services agreement with the fund and the general partner, where the fund and the general partner say, okay, management company, you do the managing, and in return, we'll give you those management fees. So like I said, this is kind of the most basic structure. You might have all sorts of other entities based on your tax or regulatory requirements, but I thought this would be a helpful intro. If you have any questions, concerns, any other topics you want me to hit, just please let me know. And would obviously love it if you would subscribe so you can see more of these videos. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.